And with that, I would now recognize the gentleman from Texas for his 5 minutes, Mr. Gohmert.
Thank you, and I appreciate the 8 minutes I'm going to get as well. I went to Texas A&M, and it was a very conservative public university. I was very involved in student activities, including the Student Center. Had so many different groups, and back then, as conservative as we were, we had no fear of inviting very liberal speakers. I really enjoyed Ralph Nader, helping host Ralph Nader. Didn't agree with him on much, but really enjoyed the questions, and he was open to any questions, and he listened to us. It was one of the better programs, even though I didn't agree with it much. But, of course, nowadays, since the intellectual elite liberals have taken over more of the college campuses, a conservative like me is not particularly welcome to come speak on college campuses. So times have changed. The liberals, as they've taken over, have become perhaps some of the most intolerant folks. And I appreciate what was just said. It seems that now we've devolved to a standard where you can have your religious beliefs so long as we agree with them. But if we don't agree with them, then you're going to fund all of the groups on campus through your fees and your money, and they're going to get up and say things about how terrible you are, particularly if you're a Christian group, because, you know, in this realm of political correctness, the only group that it's okay to be totally politically intolerant toward are Christians. And we had some of this discussion. I pointed out someday when we were talking about hate crime, someday somebody's going to say Christianity is a hateful religion because these people believe what Jesus said, that he was the way, the truth, and the life, and nobody could go to heaven but through him. So therefore it's hateful to anybody they're saying can't go to heaven except through Jesus. And they've totally lost the founding of the country. When you found a country on democracy that just, you know, what a majority votes and says will carry the day, then you're ultimately going to, again, devolve into a situation where might makes right, and pilgrims will leave this country to go find one where, once again, they won't be discriminated against, which is why they came here. But when you look at the First Amendment, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or the press or the right of the people to peaceably assemble. So what we see on some of our college campuses is an extreme abridgment of the freedom to assemble. Yeah, you can assemble off campus. We're going to take all your fees. We're going to fund these people that hate your guts and think you're crazy as Christians, but you have the right to assemble off campus. It is so entirely unfair and truly un-American. When I look at Thomas Jefferson's comment, it's part of the Jefferson Memorial. God, who gave us life, gave us liberty. Can the liberties of a nation be secured when we have removed a conviction that these liberties are the gift of God? Indeed, I tremble for my country when I reflect that God is just, that his justice cannot sleep forever. Now, it just seems that at this point in time, we have been overtaken by the thought that we cannot base our beliefs on the idea that freedom is a gift from God, but it, like any gift, it requires defense. You got FDR on D-Day praying for several minutes, help us, Almighty God, to rededicate ourselves in renewed faith in Thee, in this hour of great sacrifice. And, oh Lord, give us faith in Thee. And people didn't get upset with that. They were okay with prayer going to God. But as C.S. Lewis said, you know, when he was an atheist, agnostic, he loved to chide Christians. Gee, how can there be so much injustice and there be a just God? And, well, that's well and good, but wouldn't it be easier to just say there can't be a just God? And then one day he realized he could never know what was just or that there was any injustice unless there was some unwavering, eternal standard of justice and injustice. Otherwise, you could never know there was injustice, just like a person that's been blind all their lives could never know whether there was light or dark. Nobody gets it right, as he said. Just because some people can't hit the notes doesn't mean the music's not beautiful. So anyway, I realize I haven't gotten to a question, but I'm just quite concerned, and I appreciate actually all of your efforts on behalf of free speech. And I look forward to the day when we won't hate anybody. We can be like my family was growing up. We can fuss, we can argue, but we still love each other at the end of the day. But thank you for your work. Really appreciate your stands for free speech. Thank you.